Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Jeffrey and welcome to my channel. So I'm putting this video out there to go over my recent trip to Colombia. This was the first time that I traveled to South America and to any other country other than the Dominican Republic in quite a while. So I thought it would be cool to record my experience and to put it out there for people to see and maybe even find interest in visiting Colombia themselves. Now, during my trip to Colombia, I visited several towns and I'll be going over all the places that I visited later in this video. But I just wanted to say that I'll be generally going over things that you can do and places that you can go with your family, since I traveled with my partner and my daughter to visit my parents during this trip. But even if that's not the type of trip that you're taking, you can still visit most of these places if you plan on going by yourself, as all these places we went to were pretty amazing and definitely better than I expected. Colombia has a perception that it's a terrible place to visit because of crime and drug cartels or whatnot. And don't get me wrong, there might be areas where it's probably not a good idea for you to visit. But in my experience, Colombia is very safe as long as you stay in the safe areas, of course, and travel with someone who's familiar with Colombia, or maybe even a tourist guide. So that being said, let's get started with this video. We're here in the airport waiting for our flight. About to head off to Orlando. And then from there, we're gonna go to Bogota, Colombia. Here with my little family. Can't wait. Come on, say we're here. We're finally here in Colombia. Welcome to Colombia. Oh, what's going on, Mama? You okay? Welcome to Colombia. So before we took off to Colombia, the airlines that we traveled with actually sent us a message saying that our flight was going to be delayed for 2 hours. And then we get there, it's actually delayed for another 30 minutes. So then we make it to our layover destination, which was Orlando, Florida. When we get there, we missed our flight to Colombia. So it was kind of a bad experience, but either way, we made it and we made it safely, and that's all that mattered. Finally in Monserrate. Looks really nice here. This is just the entrance.
Mama.
My mom taking a picture. Really beautiful. Going up on the cable car now. The city is really beautiful from here. So we're at the mountaintop right now. It's beautiful up here. It's very hard to breathe. We're here at Plaza de Bolívar. This is a very famous, very good plaza that a lot of people come to. This place is very touristic. A lot of tourists come here. The pigeons fly here because people are allowed to feed pigeons here. It's a nice open space for the pigeons to fly and for them to be fed here. So. The nets there, because of the riots and the protests, they were putting graffiti on the walls of all these buildings. So they decided to put the nets over so that people won't go and put graffiti on them. So we're here at the Children's Park. We actually came to come to the Children's Museum, but apparently they're closed, so they have this park available for kids now. The park is really nice. There's slides and all type of obstacle courses for ages of 2 to 12. So it's a nice little park for kids to come and just you know, drain their energy for a little bit. But if you're looking for the museum, it's closed now, so this is what they have. We're in Boyacá now, on our way to Villa de Leyva. Very nice terrains, mountains, beautiful scenery. This is a little villa where we're staying at for the day. We're about to leave and go to a different town and then go to Andrés Carne de Res. But let's give you a tour inside the house. This is my brother. Pretty nice little villa. This is just the one house. It has a beautiful view. This one has like about 14 rooms. There's a ton of rooms up there with a pool and jacuzzi.
Que a su gato le cuenta, que a su gato le dice, nada más que un ratón, pero tú, un ratón de cualquier vaya, vamos, todo con la calma, de cualquier, de su vivienda, sale un ratón, como se muere una rata, como se muere un ratón.
So we're leaving Villa de Leyva now, and we're gonna be on our way to Andrés Carne de Res. But on our way there, we're going to stop at several places just to visit and to buy some souvenir at the local stores. So stay tuned. So now we're in the town of Chía, which is a couple of miles outside of Bogota, and we're here to visit Andrés Carne de Res, which is a famous restaurant that many people in Colombia and many tourists outside of Colombia love to visit. There's one in Bogota, there's one in Medellin, and there's one outside of Bogota, which is in Chía, where we're located now. And you know, the reason why so many people love to visit this restaurant is because of its art and its amazing food. But if you look here, you know, there's just so much art, and you know what, a lot of it is just junk and scraps just all over the floors, the walls, the ceiling, everywhere. There's just, wherever you look, there's just something to look at, you know. And it's an amazing place to eat, not only to eat, but just to enjoy a good night out, or even a good day just to eat dinner or lunch. So, you know, anyone that comes to Colombia, I definitely recommend to come and visit Andrés Carne de Res. Here we're in a small area in the north side of Bogota called Usaquen. Usaquen is a small area where a lot of tourists come and visit. During the weekends, there's a market open, for street vendors to come and sell their products to tourists in the area. There's a small park within the area. There's also a mall called Zula. A lot of people go there, and it's one of the biggest malls in Bogota. This area is definitely an area that you would want to visit if you want to buy souvenirs and any art from the city of Bogota, and also just a nice place to spend the day and eat good food and see good art. Excited? So now we're gonna go visit the city of Cartagena, which is in the north side of Colombia, near the sea. From Bogota, it takes about an hour flight to get there. It takes about 6 to 8 hours to get there by car. So, definitely a place to visit. Great nightlife, great food, great places to walk around and just learn the history of Colombia and Cartagena in specific. So check it out. So as soon as we ate and we got ready for the night, we decided to go out to the town of Cartagena and see what the town is all about. But we decided to get on a horse ride because it's definitely a lot quicker to get through the town and see what's around in the area. So I recommend anyone that goes to Cartagena to definitely try this out.
Parque principal de la ciudad.
Simón Bolívar Park.
Llega así de esa manera, uno no se da ni cuenta. No tiene horario, ni fecha ni No, el señor me lo devolvió. No sabes, soy yo el amor. Llega así de esa manera, uno no tiene la culpa. Y el patio se reverte.
So one thing you're going to notice quickly about Cartagena is that you're going to see a lot of street vendors, musicians, just people that want you to take pictures with them, a lot of different people that are just there to sell something. And a lot of them take advantage of the fact that, you're a tourist and you're there to spend your money. So, if you can bring a couple of bucks to them, that's fine. If you really don't want to, because you can easily spend a lot of money in the street just giving money to people or buying the souvenirs and things like that. Just say no thank you, say no gracias, and just be respectful about it and they'll understand. But some of them you just have to be persistent. So because our trip to Cartagena was only for 2 days and we didn't know much about this city, we decided to contract a private tourist guide who would take us through the city and teach us the history about the city and show us where the best places are to visit. So we contracted this company called An Experience, which you can find on Google and definitely find on most hotels in Cartagena. The person, I think her name was Marta, she definitely did a great job in teaching us the history of Cartagena and just showing us around. And we definitely are happy that we took advantage of this experience.
Place, we are going to find several monuments that represent those people that were shot fighting for our independence, okay? And also, we are going to find the Centenary Park that is in a beautiful place that regularly the Cartageneros people we used to share with our friends. When we want to know about the last news here in Cartagena, that one is the perfect place. Okay, it's like the Wi-Fi of the city.
So the next day after this dinner, we got ready to head back to my parents' house in Bogota, where we spent the last day or two getting ready to head back to the United States where we live. And I just wanted to say that this experience was amazing. The only thing that I regret not doing was not going to the beach and visiting more towns, but you know, we spent about 10 days and it wasn't much to be able to visit all of Colombia. Obviously, Colombia is a huge country and definitely a lot to see and a lot of tourist places to visit, but you know, I definitely enjoyed my time here. And if you guys feel like, you know, I didn't add too much detail into this video, leave a comment. You know, for the next video I'll try to add more details so that you guys can enjoy more of and understand more of what Colombia is all about. But you know, I appreciate you guys watching this video, and until next time.